our atlas that gets published in content. So as a measure to help that, and also to affect our roadshow that we've been doing this month that we started already, I'm gonna start streaming our meetings because nothing we really do or say is secret. So there is no point in keeping it secret. So I'm gonna stream for that reason, a couple other reasons like that, and let's get into what today's about. So had to make a decision, and that decision was mostly centered around we have 1 month of funding left, and are we not ready to use that funding to output the weekly Star Racer and Star Shooter tournaments? Spoke with Nor, spoke with the team leads. We came to the decision that no, we're not ready. And by we, I don't mean us as a team. The team is ready. There are different facets that we're not ready that made it a question as whether or not we were going to reach our numbers based on our goal. And again, our goal and mission is still to host competitive events for the Star Atlas community. The goal date changed, but the goal itself is still the same, which is host one weekly tournament event and then host the first Star Shooter tournament. We readjusted our third goal to achieve 500 bracket submissions, 3 sponsors, and 20 viewers per stream. We did already achieve the 3 sponsors. And when we were doing our test event the other day, we got 15 to 17 viewers that stream. So we're kind of already there for that one just by our team practices. Anyways, I thought that was funny. So back to the update. So the reschedule, we decided to push it a month so that the Star Racer 2026 season would start March 1st instead of February 1st. So we instead of doing it today, we're doing it a month from now. And that means Star Shooter will also push to the end of the month. The good news is because March has 5 Sundays, we still get to keep the same schedule, which is 4 Sundays of Star Racer, and that 5th Sunday now becomes Star Shooter. So it'll all happen within the month of March. There are 3 reasons why that had to happen. One is there are a number of game fixes that need to be made in order for us to stop fighting the game as much as we are trying to adapt our process to it. There's too many obstacles to overcome in which the game needed patching. We needed spectator camera fixed. There were crashes happening, server stability, that sort of stuff, which kept on making our job much harder. Good news is that we have reached out to the team, communicated our difficulties, and they have committed to fixing it next week. It might take one more week after that, maybe, but they're committed to fixing our most essential problems. Not every single one of them, but a number of them they're going to be fixing so that we can have spectator camera working as intended, and perhaps even leaderboard getting fixed so that everyone can look at it. So that'll help with our recording race times. Whatever else they can fit, but those will be the primary things they'll be looking to accomplish. And by that time, they're already addressing server stability issues, so the crashing stops being such an issue for us. So that was the first thing. That was a big influencer for pushing it. Next is outreach. We're kind of in the same situation that we were with Clash Titans, where we really only had like a week, 7 days to get the word out about what Super Phoenix Sports is offering. And we learned our lesson last last year that by not doing that, we really hurt our success. So that was another reason why we pushed a month to give us 30 days worth of road shows, marketing, X Spaces, AMAs, town halls, everything we can do to spread the word that things will start happening on March 1st. We'd love them to participate, to game with us, and just involve themselves. And last but not least, the website wasn't ready. So it should be ready by the end of next week, where we're able to fully connect to Wallet, start creating brackets, all sorts of things needed to fully participate and watch at the same time. So that's being fixed and worked on as we speak. We think it'll be done by next week. And so that'll tidy itself up with when the patch comes to the game, fixing the spectator camera. So those three things combined told us that if we had tried to launch today, we would we'd be facing some shortfalls again in participation and awareness, exposure, and also it would just be hard on every single one of you with our games crashing and taking 5 minutes to start and everything like that. So there it is. That was the main reasoning behind the push from Feb to March. And here's the way forward. Here's what that means to us. As I mentioned in the Discord message, that means that the 1 month of team payment that we have left, I had to reschedule that and push to March. So that means everything we do in February is volunteer, myself included. So, as recognition of that, Sunday meetings will be reduced to 1 hour, not 2, 1 hour. That way we can, most of us are really motivated. Even when I said that we're volunteers this month, many of you still said you wanted to participate as much as you possibly can. Which, I mean, first of all, our team is awesome. but also, that meant a lot. So to kind of respect that and not take advantage of it, we're going to reduce it to 1 hour officially. And that means that if you choose not to attend anything, it will not count against your March payment. March expectations will stand for themselves. So just like for January, most of you received your full payment, or some of you received reduced payment. I already spoke to you about that, and mostly because of expectations of what we expected and what involvement we were able to get. So some did not attend everything. When we looked at that and the expectations of the payment, some of your payments were reduced. But if I haven't asked you about that or told you about that already, you're not affected by this. You get the full payment just like you earned. So February means that if you attend nothing, it will not count against you in any way. It's all optional. All right. What is the team doing in the meantime? So for the month of February, it is primarily a roadshow month. Nord, Money, and I already started this. We've already done 2 AMA town halls and an X Space on Friday and yesterday. So we'll be going around to a lot of the DACs to tell them about Super Phoenix Sports, what's happening in March. Many of the questions we get surround the brackets, surround the tournament seeding arrangement, like is it March Madness style event, that sort of stuff, and just kind of general questions about how many Star Racer events are we doing versus Star Shooter, and that sort of thing. So that's been really good. We've already reached out to 2 DACs, as I mentioned, and we'll be looking to do a brew, if not this week, then next week, realizing that Star Atlas has discontinued their brews. So we are trying to offer up that we will do a brew for them. And if it's just money, Nord and I, then that'll be what it is. But we're, to try and help out with that gap that Star Atlas has, because they had to let go of some of their marketing folks. That'll help both us and them and the whole ecosystem. So I'll communicate with you all if we're able to secure that for a future brew. Likely to be at the same time on Wednesday, but to be determined. And then, so there'll be optional trainings. Donson will go over that here soon, what that means, kind of what we have in our brains. But our team practice, the last practice we have before March 1st event is going to be February 22nd. So we will be conducting a team practice on February 22nd. It'll be the whole hour. We'll do that. And that'll be our last practice to make sure everything is good to go for March 1st. Again, that'll be during the optional training month. I would appreciate your attendance, but it will not count against you. Okay. Already mentioned Star Racer will start March 1st. It will continue for 4 weekends and end on March 22nd. Star Shooter will be March 29th. Star Shooter will be very close to the Clash of Titans. Money, I need a name for it. Clash of something. So I don't know. Not Clash of Shooters. Something more pizzazz, like Clash of Titans. So we'll do like a Clash of Titans style event for March 29th. We're trying to limit it to 2 hours. We'll see. We might have to do it 3 hours, but it'll be an all day event where we'll just like Clash of Titans, where everyone races. There's semifinals, quarterfinals, championship, and then there's the winner. So same thing. And then after Star Shooter, it will start the Star Shooter regular season, just like Star Racer. We'll be doing 1 or 2 tournaments a week, and by that point in time, we'll know how much money we have left, and then how much money we have to continue funding everyone into April. And that'll be based on our performance and also the response to Star Racer, Star Shooter that we host on Sundays. So if we get a humongous, outstanding response, uh, odds are very high that we have enough funding to continue into April. If they're not very high, then I'm gonna have to speak with Nord, see where we are, and what the investors are willing to continue funding as we continue to seek out ways to continue the team. So there it is. That's it straight. I wanted to make sure that there was no fluff or any kind of hiding where we are in this. We are in a good spot in terms of the team is being ready. We are ready to go. We could have started today, but in terms of marketing, exposure, the game itself, that's the reason why we ultimately shifted to March so that we could succeed to the maximum extent. Versus, I know the team will do a good job. There's no doubt about that. So I'll pause there. Any questions before we move on?
Yeah, just one thing of note on Twitch and YouTube, there's echoing.
My YouTube?
The YouTube stream and the Twitch stream.
Oh, Jake.
There's no. I fixed that about 10 minutes ago. So if you could go to the live part, there's no echo. I'm listening to it right
Right on. Thank you, Esco. Any other questions or comments? Even words of
No,
encouragement.
it's not regarding to this, so it's fine.
Okay.
I'll just say, hey Shane, when you get to stream, have stream go first.
Got it. Okay. All right. Now here are some announcement or notifications I made to kind of posture ourselves. So in-game Brujo, were you able to make the announcements to the players?
I did.
Awesome. Matt, were you able to adjust dates on the graphics?
I haven't had time yet, but I'll do that first thing tomorrow.
Okay. Keisha, were you able to change the Google Calendar and Discord events?
Yeah. All good.
Awesome. Crimson, were there any bracket changes you need to make?
No, so Star Racer will do what we're planning on. That works well. And then for Star Shooter, we need to decide later at some point when we see what happens with the servers and everything, just on how many teams we want to have, whether it's 4 teams or 8 teams, depending on how long it actually takes to start up the servers. Because the 8-team version is going to be over 3 hours of stream, unless they manage to fix the delay.
Okay. Okay.
But
yeah,
the
then
options
we'll
are there.
definitely
Now
have
we
to-
just see what the team does and then make decisions based on that.
Makes sense. All right, Money, you are already assisting with the roadshow. That one was just a generic, I need your help. But you're already on top of that thing.
Yep, we got it.
Yeah. And Matt to work with Brujo and Morango and Crimson to produce a version of Star Racer and Star Shooter in the form of the Iris Quest. Monengo, oh no, it's Brujo. Brujo showed me that and it looked awesome. So if possible, I really want a Star Racer, Star Shooter of that because that's a great both familiarization, marketing, and training tool for everybody, really. Did you get a look at that yet?
I haven't seen it yet. Whereabouts is it? Was that in the Twitter?
Look in the team chat.
Yeah, we can start this week.
Yeah, look up in the team chat. I sent a message on January 31st. I tagged you there, and then you'll see Brujo's X post.
Okay, let me have a look.
So it sounds like Brujo already started the video itself. Crimson, I tagged you because you're the bracket master on that one, and if they need to explain the brackets, then it would probably be helpful for them to make sure they have the brackets displayed correctly. And Morengo was the voiceover for it, so we have everybody we need to continue doing that. We just need a Star Racer and a Star Shooter version, and then we can blast it out everywhere. Money will be able to put it all over X.
Yeah, that's cool.
Cool.
We have also worked on a little promo video, so that's in the team chat now. It's not finished; it needs some graphics overlays, but it gives you a good idea of an assemble.
Excellent.
But that's for Racer.
Okay,
Right.
I'll take a look. And then last but not least, over here in the definition of the glossary, I added, because we actually use the word bracket quite a bit, which is different than matches and stuff. So brackets is the placement of players into scheduled matches, usually forming a tournament. So I want everyone to be using the same words, and I want these words to be meaning the same thing. So that, take a look. I reworked a little bit of it to simplify the language, and yeah, so no sessions, even racers. I want everyone to be called players. That way we can make it all generic and still saying the same thing. And that's that. Does anyone have any questions, comments, or concerns before we turn it over and go to stream? How's everybody feeling? Is everyone scared? Are you feeling confident?
All good.
All good, Morengo says.
I'm speaking for everyone here. We're all good.
Okay.
She's got
Shoot.
her finger on the pulse.
All right.
Of course.
So that makes me really, really happy. I didn't expect that it would be, something seismic, but just the fact that we had to delay a month there, that's never really a good feeling for me, at least. But I'm really happy to, we all know it's not because of us. We are ready to go. All right, one more time. The mission has not changed. The goal did. Instead of it being February 28th, it is now March 31st. Same goals. Org chart did not change. Still looking for a support team lead. That'll be a paid position. And again, if you join in February, it's volunteer. If you join in March, it'll be a paid position. Either way. And here's our event timeline now. Reflecting what it is we just went over. February 1st to 22nd are team meetings. February 22nd being that team meeting and practice. It'll really just be a team practice. And then March 1st, we'll have a team meeting for the first hour. Second hour will be a combination of practice and preparation. And March 1st, that third hour will be when the Star Racer season starts. So that event agenda did not change either, but we will go over it one more time on February 22nd. Okay, so you'll see March is a little bit of a busy month, but it's really just Sundays. Okay. I did not, actually, yes, I did. But I already mentioned how we talked with the Star Atlas CEO, made a request for the bug fixes and server instability, and they committed to fixing some things for us. All right, Dunson, you said you want to go up first.
Let Jay go first.
Jake, go first. All right, Jake, you're up.
All right, everyone hear me?
You can.
Yep.
Great. Okay, so we've made some really good progress in the past week or two with a lot of the avenues in which we needed to get this ready for go live. A big thing we've done is we've taken the OBS setup and streamlined and simplified it down to something that is easy for us to manage and uses our new methodology of controlling scenes through Video Ninja instead of OBS, which will make the actual running of OBS a lot simpler and easy to transfer to people if we have issues with staffing, right? If you take a look at the stream right now, you'll see that we have some of MK's beautiful new design already there, kind of a sneak preview of that, with the animations going in the background and whatnot. This is essentially what we're going to be looking at, maybe with a little bit more flair and a couple more objects on the screen, depending on the scene. Going forward, really beautiful animation rolling in the background. And the big change will be that in our stream, we will have basically one screen instead of having the side-by-side screens. And in that one stream, we'll use the scene controls within Video Ninja to bounce back and forth between highlights and group scenes. So that means all those scenes will be uploaded before we even start using the application that day. So there won't be link swapping, anything like that. We'll just go ahead and turn the thing on and control it through Video Ninja. Right now we have 6 scenes set up. Those 6 scenes are very, very to the point. We have 2 different race team scenes. We have a caster team. We have a back soon, a starting soon. And we have a couple more we want to develop out, but broadly speaking, it's looking really good. And big thanks to MK for helping us speed up that process of getting this ready, so that this month what we can do is spend a lot of time, instead of worrying about the polish so much of the stream, instead really lock down the process of running it, and hopefully onboard a couple backups in case Anime and myself can't make an event or two, which I don't foresee, but I'm just as you'll hear during Donson's talk, we're really hoping to make sure people can get multi-talented on this team.
Yeah. Okay.
A lot of these things on the list I've updated. A lot of stuff we knocked out in the past few calls. A couple things that we need is we need to make sure we solidify what restream we're using with the credentials. That's something that's going to be a conversation between myself and Lanzer. Not something anyone else really needs to worry about at the moment. We have fixed all the stuff with the Screen Connect. We fixed any sort of issues that we've had trying to get on the server. We're still waiting for this tournament stuff, but now since we got it bumped, I'm sure that's going to change anyway. So the player cards and advertising, that stuff there's less of a fly under that right now, but we do need to get that done this month. I know we're still talking about the Star Shooter run a show. That's something that no one else has to worry about, but it's still on the list because it is.
Onengo decided also she wanted to help with that, so she's
Excellent.
almost taken point on it, by the way.
All right, I will change this up then.
And Matt, for the player cards, I need it done this week, if possible. Bunny is trying to push that out everywhere.
What, for Star Shooter?
Star Racer.
Star Racer,
Player.
the player cards are done.
Are they?
Oh, then yeah, Star Shooter.
Okay.
All
yeah.
right. I'm going to say, let me update it here then. 1 second. So we're going
Nice.
to say Star
Thank you,
Shooter's
Matt.
done.
That's all right. Let me see what I can.
So yeah, Star Shooter 2. It actually came in handy earlier when we were in Vanguard and Aphia town halls, just kind of talking about the roster Inge. We were looking at which ones said they were interested, so that came in handy big time for that. Anyways, off track. Continue, Jake.
No worries. And I was able to spin this up and change this out really quickly because of the simplicity of the stream today. So that's why it looks so good. And we're going to continue to keep this as clean as possible as we go forward with the stream design here. But again, big thanks to Matt. He was instrumental in getting us here.
Nice.
Finally, a big thing that I want to talk to, and this is going to follow up on the meeting or a conversation between me and MK and Anime, is since we've been controlling the budget on the server, what we need to do is establish a work schedule, is what I would like to do, of uptime for the server instead of just having it up all the time. That's something that's going to need input from the other two people on my team to make sure we're getting people the right time and the right space they need to do updates to the server. But as we saw in our last test, it's running very smoothly, and the server I think is at spec that we needed to run our content now. But for us to be able to get on there and utilize it, while we're controlling the budget there, we need to have some sort of schedule so that, they're not waiting on me to turn the server on. I don't want anyone to be sitting there waiting, twiddling their thumbs when they want to hop in here and make adjustments. So
Nice.
that's something I want to establish with our team.
Okay. Good thinking. What else?
That's pretty much all I've got right now. Even
Quite
though
a bit, man. Thank you.
even though we had a couple issues last week when we were initially getting the stream up and doing the test, we did learn a lot of good things in that test. One that was what we're utilizing right now too. We have no issue utilizing OBS or Discord, I should say, as a video source. It's very clean and gets the audio just perfectly for us. So going day forward, any caster stuff's going to come directly out of OBS, and we also had a chance to test our scene switching during that time too. So even though that stream should be deleted from all channels, no one should ever watch it. It did give us some great lessons. So I'm very confident and happy with where we're at right now.
Yeah, necessity is the mother of all invention. That came together real fast.
Yep.
I'm happy though. I'm happy that we learned those lessons and now we know how to do it twice as good as last time.
Agreed.
Cool.
And-
Thank you,
and,
Jake.
One last thing. Donson's going to talk more about this, but if anyone's interested in learning stuff about the tech stack, please reach out to me, and I'd be glad to put together a session for one or as many people who wants to be there about the end-to-end parts of how the tech is designed and set up to run our stream. So
Yeah, if you're looking to multi-role, if you want to learn another role, you have but to ask. Okay. Thank you, stream team. Thank you
Do you
very
want me
much
to go
for.
through some of the stream stuff as well in terms of what I've done this week while we're here?
Are you talking about your task list?
Yeah, in terms of the stuff for some of it's for stream as well, technically.
Sure. Yeah, let's do that, and then we'll end with Donson.
Yep, I'll go last. So yeah, do any
Perfect.
support stream, whatever you got to do, and then we'll wrap up with me because I feel like we'll have the most conversation there.
Yeah.
Yeah, mine's a mix
All right,
of
Matt.
roles, isn't it? So
You're up.
so if Jake could jump over to the scene with the sponsors on, you'll be able to see like the sponsor rotation. First of all, hopefully he'll be able to.
All right, I have the stream up. It's got infinite window mode right now because I'm staring at ourselves. But
Okay,
when it
that's fine.
switches over,
So-
then it'll do it.
which scene is it? MK?
So it's the scene you should see the sponsors on. So it's
That-
like a carousel.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
it.
it's.
Oh wait! I do know that that's there somewhere. Hold on. I think it's starting soon, or maybe scene 0. Scene 1.
Yeah, I think it might be Sino.
Let's see what we got sources here. Oh yeah, there is a sponsor button here. Here, let me pull it up, and you can.
And then as we get more, we can add more. And then what else have we done? I cut down the videos to make them shorter. Obviously, we've done that small edit, and that's kind of everything. We have got another animation for sponsors as well, but I'll save that for a little bit until we've got all of them sorted.
I'm gonna pop us back over to the other scene now. But thank you, MK. You've been doing great work. We really appreciate you.
Cheers, guys.
Right, this is my slide, right? I don't hear any sound. Is that just me?
Yeah, I think we've just lost Lanza. I don't know.
Okay.
Maybe it's
All right, well, I'll
Oh,
run through
darn it,
my
I was
stuff. while
muted.
we-
My
Okay.
bad. I was giving you
All
praise,
good.
Matt, and then I walked over to this slide. I said, "Money, you've been doing more of what we've been doing. I'm not sure we need to brief too much about this.
Yeah, that's
Looks
not too
like-
much. We've got stuff added up. We got roadshow stuff coming up. We've got spaces consistently for 2 weeks now. We'll have another one next Friday. We're doing it on Fridays. We'll get the next one scheduled out. And like I said, if you guys have anybody you think we should talk to, ping any one of us, myself, Nord, Lancer, and we'll reach out and get to talking. We've got some more that have come in. We've got more in the works, but we're still looking for more sponsors. So yeah.
Yes, please ping Money. Money is on the ball right now. He'll be able to work and meet with all of them. Nice job. That one's new. Very good. Okay. Last but not least, ops.
So ops.
You sound far away.
So the big thing that I'm looking to do for ops on, you can't hear me all that way. This is better.
Yep, that's better.
All right. Cool. So the big thing that I'm looking to do for ops over February is focus on cross-functional training of the game day roles, right? So kind of where we were, right? When we started this, we had a relatively robust, complex system with a lot of very specific roles, things that people were doing. And if you remember on our Clash of Titans tournament day, everyone was doing a very specific job. And there were a lot of different moving parts. It was kind of tough to get everything meshing together. And really, you just had, me bumping around from all the different servers, talking to people, figuring out where people are at, and just trying to keep things going, right? Well, since then, as you heard Jake talk about, and I think Lancer was alluding to it, we've made a lot of efforts to kind of strip down, simplify, reorganize how this process works and make it simpler. So as we've made it simpler, now I think the next step that we should really be focusing on is training everyone in everyone else's jobs so that, more team members know each other's roles and they are able to do multiple things on any given game day, right? So with that, it just makes any individual less critical, and it's going to allow us to run a stream on a day with, smaller teams. So kind of our long-term goal that we have here is, as we start doing these more consistently, we don't want to have, our 10, 15, 20 person team show up for every individual race, right? Because we're going to want to start to be able to put out consistent races, like multiple races a week, or multiple matches, depending upon if we, as we start doing more games. But that's going to lead to like pretty severe burnout of team members when everyone has to show up for everything. So the goal really is to get, our core group of people that are passionate about this and want to do this knowledgeable in basically the whole process of putting matches together and getting the stream going, at least from a game day streaming perspective, right? So really what we're asking to the group is, who wants to learn what jobs here? I've kind of thrown out like a couple of like the basic roles, right, that I see from an ops perspective. But essentially, you're going to have your stream manager, which is, what Jake's doing, understanding your tech stack, your, how to get people in and out of Video Ninja. And, as we said, it's going to be a lot simpler. So it's just, you get everyone into Video Ninja and then you pick the racers you want to be shown on that one, right? So we're looking for people. I remember Inge specifically on our first couple of days that we were doing this was saying, hey, give me access to Video Ninja. I want to be able to do this. And when I talked to Jake about it, I was like, dude, this is too complex. We can't train them on the fly. Like, just keep everyone out. Well, now we want you to get in there, and we want you to learn how to do this, load people up at the very least, and you could potentially be one of the people controlling the stream. Same thing with OBS, if that's something you wanted to do.
Mwah.
Exactly, right? We also have the race manager. So when we're going on race days, basically this is the role that Inye and Crimson have been predominantly doing, but that is the guy that is interacting with all of our racers in the racer lobby, managing the brackets, tracking, okay, who needs to be in this race, pulling them down, telling the racers, cool, this is what you need to do, this is how you get in, and really managing the racers in the teams. So if something you'd be interested in doing is actually managing the racers, managing the brackets, and tracking race results and all that stuff, that is a key role on race day, right? So that would kind of be your your team lead, right? That for each, we had race team race team even and race team odd. That was Inye and Crimson filling those roles, right? So I'd love to have one or two more people that know how to do that. Another big one we have is the game host, right? Your server host. And honestly, this has been our most lacking position. Clipper, you've been doing great. You've been filling that role. But we've had relatively inconsistent people showing up that want to host the servers, want to host the matches. We've called Money in a couple of times and he's done great. But I want to get a couple more people that understand how to get in and out of the games, understand how to start the matches, share the game codes. Because once we get the racers into the Discord and we get them onto the Video Ninja, well, the next thing we got to do is get them into the game and actually get the game started. So this has been a very critical position that I think we've kind of, server operators, sure, thank you for updating that, Shane. This is a very critical role that we haven't really had consistent show up aside from Clipper. Like I said, you've been doing great. And I'd really like to get a couple more people that, I guess the big thing is a high enough spec computer that they can consistently host matches and, they're not going to crash. And I know that this is even some of us who have good computers will still crash all the time. So that's not something that's entirely your fault if you can't provide that. But yeah, I'd love to get maybe like basically any of these positions. I'd like to have 3 to 4 people that really understand how to do it. And then no, Shane, shot calling is what I meant to say, not ops lead, because this is game day roles, right? So finally, shot calling. This is what I've been doing, and it is effectively the person that on any given game day has the overall understanding of where we're at in the overall stream, and is just coordinating how the different roles are working together, right? So on any given game day, you see me popping between servers, talking to everyone, talking to our caster, giving them updates, letting them know where we're at, and just making sure that the races start once the stream is actually focused on them, once the Video Ninja has gotten all of the video sources lined up the way we need it, the right racers are in there. So that's just the person that's making sure all the different parts are at the point they need to be to move to the next phase, right? And that's what I've been doing. And I would love to have 1 or 2 other people that could do that outside of me, right? So really the whole point of what we want to do on February is make everyone more integral to the team, more able to run things, because ultimately we would love to be able to say, okay, well, we have 2 events this week. We have a race on Thursday and we have a race on Sunday. I'm just throwing out random things. And then have 5 people 5 or 6 people to show up on Thursday, run that race. They can do that independently, and then have 5 or 6 people show up on Sunday and run that race, and then whoever wants to show up and kind of be part of it aside from that, that's fine. But what your schedule is going to be, what your role is going to be, and we can kind of switch people in and out as needed, because everyone knows what they're doing. And if there is a problem, everyone kind of understands what needs to happen to fix that, as opposed to it kind of just halting because you only really know your role within the stream process. So really the big ask right now, and that's the number 1 on my to-do list here, is figuring out who wants what game day roles, right? That's the big one. Who wants to do what? Who's interested in other things than what you've been doing? Because I think everyone that has been doing what they've been doing would be happy to train you. And, if they could do other things, I think it's just more interesting for everyone. And as we keep doing this, we just keep getting feedback on how we can simplify this, how we can make it more approachable to more people, and we just train. So that's what I got.
I'd like to add to
Yep.
this a little bit.
Yeah, go in.
Yeah. So I think how I've seen this since we've been talking about this in leadership calls is I think you should, if you currently have a primary role here, you should definitely be looking for an auxiliary role, right? That if you fill out, if you match one of these things that's listed here, great. You're already doing something very super critical. If you don't, definitely go get one, because I think the more critical you can be as part of this team, the easier it is going to be in the future for you to feel really involved and feel like you're doing something meaningful here. Because like Johnson said, having multiple people who can do these roles will allow us to split up this team pretty well. So I think that, something I would suggest here is that, we will still have bigger days. Like if we did something to the scale Clash of Titans, we would need more people for a day like that. But when we're doing smaller events, we can streamline this down to, this is like the bare minimum for people, right? So a good thing for you to do too, as you're onboarding into a new role, would be to come and just say, hey, I don't really have a core role on one of these smaller days, but I'd like to come in and shadow it, and maybe even take part in doing it that day. And I think that would be really, because without having your hands on with some of this stuff, everything we're going to talk about with these roles is kind of arcane until you're actually in the hot seat, helping do it or doing it, right? So I do think that if you have that ambition, you're going to succeed very well here.
Yep. And then, so as we go through February, the goal is anyone that's interested in learning, and I'm going to ultimately let Lancer make the final call on this, but at least my intention is our meetings are going to be maybe 10 or 15 minutes of talk and then 45 minutes of practice, right? Okay, let's stick people in different roles. Let's run some races. Let's see how it goes, and let people physically click the buttons and, learn what they're doing and learn from their mistakes and get good.
I agree. Yeah, I have no objection to that. I think if we get down to, but of all of our learning, most of that learning happens when we are trying to figure this out. We're trying to do the races, the matches, and then we utterly fail because we encountered a problem we weren't expecting, and then we figure out a way to overcome that problem. That's been our whole team, is trying to figure out what custom solutions can we put together and make into a standardized way where everybody knows what we're doing and we push out a professional product. So if we want to spend no more than 15 minutes, I'm totally behind that. And when it comes to auxiliary roles, as Jake mentioned, even my role, if some of you want to shadow me, I just thought of it as Jake was speaking, but maybe I'll tag someone who really wants to take over the stream one day. And by stream, I mean you do what I'm doing right now. You introduce everyone, you go through the slides, you talk the updates, you go over the mission and goals, you get through the slides of org chart, event timeline, talk leadership roll up. The more that we know what each other does, we can problem solve each other's problems, work as a team, the better we will be all around. Some of you have already told me that you want to do additional roles.
Calling out Bohemian there.
Right. Nopeta, Bohemian. There's a number of you mentioned you'd love to do multiple roles. That's awesome. Because what we've been talking about at a leadership level these past a little while ago is we want to start facilitating multiple tournaments. And in order to do that, we won't be able to get 20 people, 20 teammates there every single time. We're going to need to become more modular, small team groups that can be independent. And that really wasn't possible for us until about last week when we discovered how much we could streamline OBS and Video Ninja to the point where one person can get trained in 10 minutes and know how to do it. That is now possible, whereas until this point, it wasn't. So, good news is we're now at a point where we can do that. Now, while we're facing February as a volunteer month, the goal will be in our 1-hour meetings, we will maximize training. And I am fully behind Donson's plan here to focus on cross-functional training and as we move towards small teams. So in the month of March, we'll be mostly all hands on deck on Sundays. It'll be everybody showing up. Once we get toward the end of March and we accomplish Star Shooter, which will be a mega event for us, a Clash of Titans scale. After that, let's assume, and I say assume, but positive thinking, we're strong, we get good performance, and we get our funding for April and beyond. Small teams is what's going to come next. Because at that point, we'll have both the open season for Star Racer, like we're starting in March, and then we'll have an open season for Star Shooter. And we won't be able to cram all that in 1 hour on one day. So that's where we're going to be looking at. How do we do that throughout the week in time zones that make sense? Maybe it'll even be regionally based. We'll see. But we need small teams that know how to function together in order to make that happen. So might as well get it accomplished in February while we have the time, and we're pushing road shows and we're doing other things to meet our goals for preparing for March. So,
Open the floor.
yep, we'll open the floor. Thoughts, comments, concerns?
All good. I like it.
Bohemian
Wait,
says all good. Awesome. All right. Who else?
I was speaking in Spanish. I was going to make a comment on the run show of Shooter.
Okay.
Run of show. I tried to. I drafted from the one that Keisha did, and I tried with the information I had in my head. It would be good if we review it. Maybe not this Sunday, but
I think what we can do is you and I can host a meeting and make it open to the team, but it'll be
Okay.
you and I sitting down and we go through this.
okay, yeah. I tried to put some stuff together that I was trying to read and that I saw in the event we hosted with Iris Quest. And I thought that maybe that small parts of the things I put it in light blue, maybe we can fix that and
Like these.
it would be
Okay.
ready to go. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll coordinate with you on that and make an announcement to the team when we settle on a date and time. And it'll be
Okay,
open to
yeah.
everybody.
Excellent. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you, Morango. And don't think I didn't notice upside down question mark.
Oh, that's in Spanish. Sorry.
I know. I just thought that was funny.
I've been learning Spanish just so I can talk to you, Moringa.
What? What did you say?
I said I've been teaching myself Spanish just so I can talk with you.
Ah,
not-
bueno, ya te voy a enseñar. Ah.
All right.
De
Anybody
nada.
else? He said de nada. What else, team? Crimson, how you feeling about all this?
All good.
Good, he says. All right. Inye,
All right.
what do you think?
Yeah, I'm good. No concerns.
Right on. Matt, I'm pretty sure I know you're all good.
Always, yeah, all good.
Money Master.
All set, man. We got some fun things ahead. The week
Right
ahead
on.
here, so let's get grinded on it.
Anime. You have Mike?
To infinity and beyond.
Right on. Jake? All right, never mind. You already said it.
Yep, I'm thinking we're good.
Ruho.
I'm here. I'm okay.
Todo bien?
Todo bien. Ready.
Esco.
I'm all good. I'm really intrigued by the idea of the small team setup, and it will make it more efficient. But as mentioned before, it will help everybody understand each other's teams and each other's roles. and jumping in game and what the parameters are. So I'm definitely looking forward to integrating within different roles as well.
Nice, thank you. Dreambot is a bot and not a real person, although if you see Moltbook, that is quickly changing. Clipper.
All good. Small team is better to make an efficient work for everyone, I think.
Right on. Keisha.
All good as usual.
As usual. And I know if people can help her with the mural board. I think Inge, you and Crimson were helping out as well. But what if that leaderboard fix happens? Then that'll all but eliminate the issue of having a split second to screenshot the times. But if anyone else can learn how to do the mirror board, Keisha, I think that's going to be hugely helpful too. And I think I got everybody. Nord, last but not least, our fearless leader.
Hey, thanks, Lanzer. No, this has been great. I think you guys are doing a phenomenal job. The leadership team has been awesome at putting this together. Yeah, just to reiterate, I think the team's done an amazing job, and we'd be ready to go. I feel good about it. It's more about getting some of these other things lined up that you guys already went through and mentioned. But Star Atlas has been really cooperative. I feel great about that. We've had really good conversations, like I said, with a few of the other guilds and some of the other folks. I've actually got a couple of really interesting additional calls that I'm working on at the moment this coming week, and we're going to continue the roadshow. So I think we'll be in really good shape for March.
Right on.
Yeah. And so I guess the last thing, if you want to go back to my slide, is we've been watching you guys. We've been thinking about you guys. So we already kind of have some thoughts of like who we'd want stepping up into certain roles. Like Bohemian, we know that you've communicated stuff. So if you wanted to be like a match manager, that'd be awesome. Inge, like I mentioned, we know you talked about being interested in the video ninja. So if you wanted to step into stream producer, like I was thinking of you to kind of like learn that role as a backup. Crimson, I think you'd make a great shot caller. So maybe learning my role would be
The
good
best.
for you. You know, and moving down, Clipper. Again, we're probably gonna have to keep you mostly as a server operator because we don't have many backups for you. But the other day when Crimson wasn't available, he couldn't be there. I threw you into your own team and you set up matches on your own. So like you being a match manager could definitely work. You stepped up when we didn't have the person running your Discord. So you got guys in and out. You started games, pulled down the racers you needed. So definitely thinking of people here. Esco, I think you might be a great match manager. I don't know if your computer can handle server operator, but that'd be great for you too. Money, you stepped up as a server operator, so if you could do that on game days, that'd be awesome. Because again, server operator is a critical role that kind of been lacking in a little bit. But yeah, that's just talking out loud and thinking out loud. That's kind of what I've been thinking of people as. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So really, let us know what you want to do.
Right on. Okay.
Yeah, once we get through some trainings and testing with this, I'd like to see us, build like literally an org chart that has, primary and auxiliary people placed in that chart, So this chart might expand quite a bit just to display who's qualified to do each role.
Yeah, I don't mind blowing this chart up.
Oh, he loves blowing charts up.
I do. I'm an org chart junkie. I'm a big fan. All right, everybody. I think we went through our hour, and as per usual, just as I expected, y'all are ready. You know what needs to be done. Apologies that the whole shift happened to volunteerism for February. Thank you for working and being flexible on that. And I just realized as I was talking, I forgot to give Nord the full list of everyone's wallets. So yeah, you don't have your payment right now, but I will take care of that today. And if you did not submit your wallet, which some of you still haven't given me your wallet, crazy. But give me your wallet if you haven't already in the wallet submission form under the quick links. That way you can get paid for February.
Okay.
Not February, January. Okay.
Did I send it?
So
Sorry.
I'll have to go look. Maybe I'll message some of you. But
Okay.
yeah, some of you did not give your wallet yet, so you're not gonna get paid if I don't know where to send it.
Yeah, Dotson and I both haven't, so if you don't feel bad if you're somebody else hasn't done it yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
All right.
you've still been out of pocket for the host and stream. So yeah, we got to get on top of that.
Yeah, yeah, I'm definitely in the negative on this project so far.
Yeah. Yep. Thank you all for your time. Thank you for your understanding, and thank you for being a team. I feel really, really good about what we've done together, what we're preparing for, and how ready we are. Even with all the bumps and bruises and hiccups, we're still. This is a strong team, and I really love being on this team with you all. Thank you for your time, and see you next week.
See you next week.
Thank
Cheers,
you
guys.
very much. Take care, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye bye.
Bye bye, guys.
Lancer, you have a minute?
I sure do.
Okay.
Right.
I
ended
have
everything.
question.
Go
I
ahead.
have question about Star Shooter.
Yep. What's up?
We're a team UMG. Is it possible when I will start the server, I will play with my team, or it's not possible?
Generally, it's not possible. However, I think there's a conversation that the leadership team needs to have about that. I am generally not. I'm generally very wary of conflicts of interest. However, let me talk to the leadership team about that because I've been having some thoughts, especially when we go to the small teams, whether or not that's going to be as big a deal anymore. So I'm glad you asked me about Star Shooter because if it was Star Racer, the answer would be unfortunately no.
I'm not good at racing, but
Yeah.
for Star Shooter for my team, I can do that. Is it
Yeah.
if it's possible? But if it's not, it's okay. But when it's the tournament for Star Shooter, I
gonna be
will
March 29th.
yeah, I will do my job. And when my team is playing, to play with them because I'm operating with the server. And I'm starting the session and I can play with them not hiding somewhere. Because of that I was asked, but if it's possible, okay. If it's not, it's totally okay.
Okay. Well, I'll talk about it with the leadership team and we'll get you an answer.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Have a nice night.
You too, Clipper.
For
Thank
me
you
is
very
night.
much.
Sorry.
Yeah, yeah.